Hello Generals, welcome to episode 7 of the Namibia series. We are on day 19 and in the previous episode we managed to discover a stack of Italian units that were off the coast of Malta, the island of Malta, and they were heading east in the Mediterranean. So after informing my ally Saudi Arabia, because I suspected that they are heading his way, we started engaging them because, as we mentioned in the previous episode, sooner or later we will be at war with Italy because we want to destroy that airport in the city of Rome, the capital of Italy. So we assigned our bombers to sink those ships, or at least cause as much damage as they can before the Italian forces reach their destination, and at the same time we keep one UAV at all times above them, tracking them, in order to see where they're going and try to warn our allies. In the meantime, in the Middle East, the UK forces are in Damascus, and Saudi Arabia is trying to fight them off. He's not up to now that active, my ally Saudi Arabia, and again I have my doubts if we can defend against the invasion from the UK. This is why I insist on destroying the Italian forces, so with every opportunity we find, we continue to cause damage to them and weaken them so they have second thoughts about attacking us. In my African fronts, East Africa, I'm still trying to destroy that crazy stack of ships that Task Force Ethiopia had in Mogadishu, and there are still my MPAs are working on them and I have to repair them as well, so it takes a lot of time. And Sweden is still in Africa, and he destroyed the Nigerian forces around Algiers, so I have to take care of those as well. But first things first. Before we move on, please remember to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on any of our new videos, and if you leave us a like, it would be much appreciated. Thank you for your support. Moving forward a bit, I realize that the Italian units are in Egypt, what used to be Egypt, taking cities away from Saudi Arabia. So I diverted my bombers and start attacking those units that were in Alexandria in Egypt. As you can see, they tried to play a dirty trick against me, meaning that the UK was capturing those cities and the Italians were landing units behind them, meaning that if I wanted to attack the Italian units, I would have to declare war to the UK. By that time, I had a very good communication with the UK, who was the most active player of the European coalition. And we exchanged a lot of messages. I told him about the Italian forces, he claimed that he didn't know, and other things like that. He tried to trick me, and I told him I'm gonna declare war to you, not because I want to be at war with you, but because I wanna eliminate those Italian forces. Let's now take a look on what is happening in India. India is finished, he left the game, but I kept him in the coalition so I can see what kind of units the islanders are using in order for us to be prepared if they try something funny against us. As the Italian forces are more or less contained in Egypt, I started working on my plans against Sweden, and the first thing I did was to produce more SAMs. I had to be prepared for the Swedish strikers. So I had to contact Sweden and explain to him that that was not our agreement for him to stay in Africa. And after a few messages, he informed me, as you can see on the screen, that he will withdraw from Algiers. At this point I wanted to be, to focus on Ethiopia and finishing off the Italian forces in Egypt, so I didn't need another front for me to fight at. I informed Nigeria, and Nigeria moved into the provinces that Sweden occupied before. And as the issues with Sweden were resolved, I could now focus a bit more on my economy, how to strengthen my economy, and I was thinking about it. I already annexed a city, an Angolian city, and now I was thinking what am I gonna do and what I can do in order to strengthen my economy. And I decided to kick out of the coalition Chad and take all his territories, because sooner or later we will be at a full-scale war against the Europeans, and I had to be prepared for it. Moving forward to day 21 now, it was about time for me to destroy that evil task force in Mogadishu, and I was relieved that I could take that city too. The preparations for the invasion of the Europeans were ongoing for Namibia, and for this reason I built level 2 bunkers on my coastal city. I've started researching the guided missile program and also started researching the tank destroyers, which are excellent for defensive purposes in your cities. Since I had no navy and I knew that the UK and Germany had a strong navy, the only weapon to counter them was the cruise missiles, and I had to produce a lot of them. This is why I was after building a strong economy. But the Italian forces now, they managed to move a bit south, more inland into Egypt, and I was risking my bombers being next to his forces in order to reduce the time between the attacks, the bomb runs, and I was trying to defend Saudi Arabian, let's say, territories against Italy. And of course I kept sending messages to Saudi Arabia because he was not that active, and I was a bit worried that the Italians might be in our borders soon, or he might go for Chad. And as I felt that I was fighting Italy and probably the rest alone, Saudi Arabia responded. He told me, take your bombers away, take your troops away, I'm gonna get Egypt back from the Europeans, and I'm building a strong army. From the way he made that statement, I knew it was a game-changing moment, and I didn't feel alone. So this gave me time and space to organize the attack against mainland Italy. And of course, Ethiopia had another surprise for me. Another of those nasty task forces was anchored just off Djibouti, and I had to destroy that. It would take me again another 5 days, I don't know how many, to destroy that task force. I was lucky to have the MPAs because they did all the work. But I had to leave the southwest coast of Africa unprotected from naval threats, and that was an issue. Moving on a bit, the UK sent a task force through the Suez Canal down to the Red Sea, and Saudi Arabia was about to take care of it, and I sent, of course, my UAVs to scout the Italian territories very carefully, because I didn't know where the Swedish strikers were, in order for me to make a safe flight plan for my bombers to attack Rome without being destroyed or without being damaged as much. Once again, the UAV proved its value, and I discovered that Rome was the main transportation hub for the European coalition. I found there Swedish forces, British forces, so by destroying Rome I would cripple, let's say, the transportation and increase the transportation times for the European troops going to the Middle East and Africa. This, of course, made the destruction of the airport in Rome even more important and really crucial for us if we wanted to win this game. But we are again running out of time, So please remember to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on any of our new videos, and I will catch you in the next episode. Bye for now!